Hi there, welcome to our World Biggest Coffee Morning from Macmillan. This is on behalf of the Stratford Health Centre and the Forest Practice. This year we're doing it a bit different, we're doing it virtually. It's a bit of a change from the previous few years where we'd make coffee, tea and coffee, have a quick chat with you guys, raise awareness for Macmillan. But due to the current situation with the pandemic, we're doing it virtually. It will be hosted by me. I'm one of the social prescribers employed by the Stratford Health Centre and Forest Practice, and Katie. And I'll let Katie introduce herself.
Hi, so I'm Katie. I'm the lead social prescriber here at Stratford Health Centre and the Forest Practice. And we're, as well as telling you a little bit more about Macmillan and the services that they're able to offer, we're going to tell you more about our social prescribing service.
What I'll do now is I'll just share a few slides that we set up for the presentation. Hope you guys enjoy and have a lot more information about the wonderful work Macmillan do.
Okay, so just to begin, to tell you a little more about the changing story of cancer. Thanks to changes in healthcare, improvements in healthcare, and also some of the national screening that has been put into place. So, for instance, breast, cervical cancer and bowel cancer screening, there have been huge improvements in care for people with cancer. And as you can see, looking at this slide, this means that, for instance, going back to 1970, when people had cancer, it was mostly about dying from cancer, and there was an average survival rate of 1 year. Such huge improvements have been made that now it's much more about living with cancer. So if you look at the slide, so the projection is by 2040, the average survival rate will be over 10 years. And what that means is a whole lot of positives, which means obviously now you've got a huge increase in the amount of people who are still surviving, but there is a negative side. And if we move on to the next slide, I will explain a little more about that. So living beyond cancer doesn't necessarily mean living well, and that's why Macmillan Cancer Support are very much focusing on supporting people with cancer and addressing the issues that people might face. So I'll run through a few of the points with you. So at least 1 in 4 of those living with cancer, that's around 625,000 people in the UK, face poor health or disability after treatment. Over 70% need emotional support. Research shows that 2 in 5 people living with cancer are affected by depression, and 1 in 10 experience anxiety. 1 in 5 people live with and beyond cancer have many unmet needs. So to tell you a little bit more about cancer and primary care. So primary care means, for instance, GP surgeries. An average practice, that's around 8,000 patients, has approximately 280 patients living with and beyond cancer. This is set to double by 2040. Over half will have been diagnosed more than 5 years ago. After a cancer diagnosis, people attend the surgery more frequently than other patients of the same age, and many will have unmet needs, and those are physical, emotional, social and financial needs. At least 1 in 4 will experience consequences of their cancer or treatment that affect their quality of life. And a few statistics here about the significant social needs that people living with cancer may have. So practical and personal needs, around 64% of people will have those kind of needs. That breaks down into 32% of people may have mobility needs, 31% of people may have housework and cooking needs, and 14% of people may have personal care needs. And then to move down in terms of emotional needs, around 78% of people will have emotional needs. So I'll hand over to Redwan in a second, but the whole point in terms of what Macmillan Cancer Support can do is a variety of services that they can help with to address those needs, and Redwan's going to talk you through them.
So basically, due to the fantastic work being done regarding cancer research and so much that has been done from various agencies. We can see a lot of people are living longer, and it's more about surviving and living with cancer than just dying with cancer. So Macmillan supports people in various ways and provides various support. So they provide support with people's finances. A quick stat is 4 in 5 people will be roughly £570 a month worse off financially as a result of their diagnosis of cancer. So Macmillan provide a few avenues of support for people regarding the finances. They have a service where they provide grants. So these are small one-off means-tested payments to help with the extra costs that come with living with cancer. So basically things like going to and coming back from appointments, etc. So they also provide a financial guidance service as well, where they offer personalized information and guidance with all aspects of someone's finances. So whether it's to do with the mortgage repayments, pensions, insurance, or if they just want to have a bit more guidance and information about budgeting and savings or writing their own will. So to contact Macmillan, you can always contact them 7 days a week, 8 to 8, via their helpline, or you can contact them via their email address, which will be online. They also provide support, physical support. So they have specialist cancer nurse who can give you dedicated support and basic information about treatment options, information about the side effects, and potentially what you should be eating as a healthy diet regarding your specific case. They also have a scheme that they've set up during the current pandemic situation called Stay Fit. So it's a free remote service for anyone in the UK with suspicion or confirmed diagnosis of cancer. They put you in contact with one of their cancer exercise specialists who will help you during this, and this is all done virtually as well. They also provide a lot of emotional support. So they have cancer information support teams. They offer a specialist advisor officer listening ear. They talk about what matters to you. They explain all the services in the local community that you can connect with, and they can support you through your difficulties you're going through. They also have an online community. It's an anonymous network of people affected by cancer, which is free to join. So people share their experiences, ask questions to other people that are going through similar things they're going through. They also have a Macmillan telephone buddy system. So if you want to talk, they're there to listen. So they offer that support for roughly 12 weeks or more if you think you've benefited from it. And they have a virtual mobile app that they're launching. So it's a service that you can access via their new helpline, which is called mobile team at macmillan.org.uk. Now I'm just going to talk about carers. So Macmillan support people who are going through cancer, but they do also support people who are carers for people going through cancer. So approximately in the UK, there's almost 1.5 million people who look after someone with cancer, yet they don't receive any support for this care. Many of these people who look after someone with cancer don't see themselves as carers, so they don't know that there's support available. So the support that Macmillan provides with cancer carers for someone who's looking after cancer will be practical support, emotional support, end-of-life information and support, even coping with bereavement, support with you contacting your employers, and also they support young people who look after someone with cancer. And all the information can be found either online or you can contact an advisor 7 days a week, Monday to Friday, 8 to 8. On their website, if you go onto the website, there's various agencies within Newham, so the local community that Macmillan provides. When I went onto the website, I saw various agencies, men's groups, there was advice and advocacy in Newham Hospital, locally to both surgeries, there's a lot of services that you can connect with. So if you go onto the website and just type in local services. You can find everything that's in your area.
Okay, and just to draw to a close regarding Macmillan, the reason that Macmillan hold the world's biggest coffee morning is because it's a very, very important fundraiser, which enables them to offer the services that Redwan just talked through with you, and other services too. So if you would like to help in terms of the support we're giving to this and help fundraise with us on behalf of the two practices, you can do so either by, if you are currently using a PC or your laptop to view this webinar, you can use your phone to scan the QR code you can see in the top right hand corner of the screen just there, or you can look back at the information on our website, which also has the link to the QR code, and then your donation will be added to ours. There is absolutely no obligation to do this if you choose not to, but if it's something you'd like to do, then I'm sure Macmillan would welcome your donation. Okay, so moving on, we'd like to introduce you to our new social prescribing service. We're going to show you a video which summarises what social prescribing is about, and then we'll tell you a little bit more about it in the context of the service we can offer you.
Many things affect your health and well-being. GPs tell us that a lot of people visit them feeling isolated, lonely, or stressed out by work, money, and housing problems. These are issues that can't be fixed by doctors and medicine alone. At its most basic, a social prescription offers the kind of help that doesn't come in a tube or a bottle. The idea behind social prescribing is to help you to have more control over your healthcare and find ways to manage your needs in a way that suits you. There are lots of different ways of providing social prescribing services. It often starts with a conversation, perhaps with a link worker, a support broker, or a community navigator. Whatever they are called, they are there to listen to you and put you in touch with whatever it is you might need in order to feel better. That might mean being introduced to a community group, a new activity, or a local club. It could be legal advice, volunteers to help around the house. It might just be information and guidance, a bit of inside knowledge on your situation and what local resources there are available. It could even be some support in how to create something new. Studies show that individuals with social prescriptions get better and feel better faster than those treated with medicine alone. And because it works, it's happening more and more. To find out how it can work for you, talk to your doctor, health professional, or local authority today.
Okay, so just to tell you a little bit more about social prescribing, that was just a brief introduction to you. But essentially what it's about is something called What Matters to Me. It's about thinking more holistically about you as a person, so something called being person-centered. And I'll give you an example about what does that mean. So, for example, loneliness. Loneliness can cause stress, which can affect your sleep, it can affect your nutrition, and it can affect your physical health. When you come to see one of us as your social prescriber, we can help to address all of those points. So it might be you come to us because you're feeling lonely, but you might not have actually have realised that all the other things are affected, and we can support you with that and with local services and interventions that could help you address each of those points. Now, the benefits of it for you as a patient are that it can help to facilitate social connection. So if you are somebody who's felt particularly disconnected with your community, or you feel lonely or isolated, we can help you with that. So we can help to connect you with services. We can help to provide a pathway to change. So it might be that you have a particular issue in your life, a particular practical issue or an emotional issue that you really want to get to the bottom of. You want to resolve it for yourself, but you can't quite find the way to navigate through that. We can help you to find a pathway to navigate that change. And we can also help you to find the resources you need. So we're aware of all the services in the community that could help you, and we can help to signpost or refer you to them. So here is a list of the kind of issues that might come up for you that we can support with. This isn't necessarily an exhaustive list because there are other things that we could potentially support you with. But if you think of this in terms of non-medical needs, that's probably the simplest way to put this to you, and just a little list here of them. So that includes health and well-being, mental health, low self-esteem, confidence or anxiety, depression or stress, loneliness and isolation, bereavement, employment, employability support and volunteering, alcohol or substance misuse, benefits, finance and housing, gambling, and COVID-19 related support.
So now just discuss basically how we will support you and how this process will look like. So due to the COVID restrictions, we are currently offering all appointments via telephone or video calls, but in the future we may be able to offer face-to-face consults. So you can refer yourself into the service if you feel like you need the support. Just contact your GP surgery, speak to the reception staff, say you want to speak to a social prescriber, and give a brief description of why you want us to support you, and one of us will contact you back. You can also, if you have an appointment with your doctor, nurse, healthcare assistant, mention that you feel like you need some input and support on the social prescriber, and we'll be happy to give you a call back. So yeah, that's I've covered it in terms of how you can self-refer. We proactively, we feel like self-referrals is a good way of actually showing interest into the service. So we would like it if you self-refer yourself, so don't feel like it can only be done via the surgery and the doctor or someone at the surgery has to refer you. You can refer yourself. Thank you for being a part of our Macmillan World Biggest Coffee Day morning. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you have seen the support that Macmillan give people with cancer and the carers, and the amazing work that they've done throughout the years.
Thank you.
Bye.